Hello, guys. Good evening. Today is September 19th. Another episode of Ripster's daily recaps, timestamp recaps from my community and my daily teachings. All right. I'm going to cover three things today. So, we're going to go through our the morning trades, A plus, B minus, all those setups. And then I'm going to cover how the Instacart IPO today was a short. Why was the short, where it was short, what was my call to not go long. So we'll talk about that Instacart IPO, and then we will talk about the squeeze play, the low float squeeze play. I know we talk a lot about large caps, but we play where the momentum is. I would do a separate video on these low floats, but today we will talk about one of our big squeeze winners, which was a surprise at end of the day, which was all day guidance by William, one of our level 2 members on this name. What was AVGR? How we took the stock, traded it for $5 per share profit, and end of the day for a squeeze. So these are three things I need to cover. I'm going to go a little fast today, so apologies for that. I'm trying to keep the video a little smaller today. I have to run somewhere after this video. So let's kick it off, guys. Let's go. By the way, FOMC tomorrow, so we were a little cautious today, but we still got some decent trades. As always, we were ready with our morning list. Went through all the news that was available today in my community. All these tools are free. I have all the scanners, all the news bots. I have a lot of news sources where I gather the news. I sit down, I gather the news, make a watch list for everybody, make the levels for everybody. And we did kill the level on Amazon today. I'm going to show you that as well. So let's look at it. So we had news on Starbucks, CVS, Dell, Square, CCL, Intel. Right, so Oracle was on the watch list because there was an upgrade. So Oracle was on the watch list here, as you see. And then we had Instacart was on our watch list, right? Because we were going to IPO later in the day. And ENPH, our number one play of the day, the director bought 4 million stocks, so it was high watch list today. I put it in my watch list, which is a big winner at the open and our current swing. We will talk about ENPH. And here you go, guys, the levels for today. You can screenshot the levels and you can go through them and see how each one of them worked. But I'm just going to focus on one big short trade today on Amazon. Here you go, guys. Our trade on Amazon, you can clearly see the level that we broke on Amazon under the EMA Clouds. What's my rules, right? So hopefully whoever my old followers are, they understand what are my rules I play every day. My rules are simple. Anything under 3450 EMA Cloud at open, it's a bearish trend. If it's breaking yesterday's lows or previous market lows, then it's a bearish short. Where do you short? You short either a starter right at open or you short at the break of that support right away. You can do a market order 1/3, 1/4 size. If the short is starting to work, you can add more and your stops would ride here under the resistance that it broke, right? So if I added some shares here, so I know my stops are there. So here you go. Let me show you. So here you go. The setup was yesterday low break following the EMA Cloud. Here was my pivot that I gave 139.4, 140 was resistance, never bounced. You clearly see what was the reason. The support from yesterday gave up on the fourth time and then Amazon faded, and I was giving my targets. 136.71 was my target, but it gave us more, and then I covered everything. I still thought it would give us 135, but repeatable setup. No dip buying, guys, no guesswork, just follow the system. My EMA Cloud system for Amazon short, beautiful today, really worked out. Quickly looking at the market, what was the market setup today? Market setup today was a gap down. Okay, so market setup was gap down. What did we do? We did a gap down short, right? I was on the voice. Let me see. I was guiding everybody on the voice. As soon as the market opened, I was talking about SPY QQQ. Let's see. Yeah, let me. So we were talking about So all day we were trading these VIX levels, and that's how we were short on SPY QQQ. This was our VIX SPY strategy. Go see my VIX SPY strategy, right? What I talk about, that how does that work. VIX breaks a key level, we go more. Remember also on SPY today, I've talked about this level in my previous videos, 440 250 area, the daily level. It broke down and SPY gave us nice short to 440. Most of our traders in the room were short. Nobody was trying to buy at the open, and mostly everybody was green in first half an hour, including the market shorts and other trades we'll talk about. So here you see short, boom. You see my commentary on SPY QQQ short. You see it faded from 442 to 440 target. All my commentary is here. You can screenshot, review how it traded versus my commentary. And A plus short today. Compare it to yesterday. What was the difference from yesterday? Yesterday we held that pre-market support. Today we broke that pre-market support, and that's why we were short, and that's why it was an A plus short. That's all you need to do, guys, every day. You need to figure out what is your system, what is your setup, what are you trading, and just follow your risk reward. Focus on your entries. If you are having hard time, even if I'm showing you a workable set system, just trade 1 share, 10 share, 5 shares, 1 contract. I don't care. You have to master the execution. I show you every day the working system, and you see my comments in my community. I'm guiding it every day, and that's the point. We are not doing an alert service, but my point is, if I can guide people and show them that what I am saying and what we are working on. So anyway, so SPY QQQ was short all day. We did also, play a reversal on SPY later in the day. I talked about this reversal, 512 EMA Clouds. The system says B minus long, and the VIX was coming down from 1480 to 14. So nice midday B minus reversal scalp, right? So main money was made in the morning, and then later in the day was the midday scalp. I was heavy short in the morning, but I guided everybody to this midday bounce scalp. And my price alerts are always there. So if I show you my midday, let me show you. So the midday move on Tesla, right? And we are always looking at market. I'm not just trading Tesla. I'm looking at everything. Look at here. So in the middle of the day, Tesla started to reverse. What are my price alerts saying? That's my automation in my community. That is trying to go over 512 EMA cloud. What happened next? It tried to go over 3450 cloud. Right? Tested, pulled back, tested the support, and ride back over EMA cloud for nice midday B minus long setup, right? So that was my target. The target I gave on Tesla was 267, and we got it. And then there was a nice midday trade. So what I just showed you guys was the short on SPY, times short on SPY and QQQ, and my reversal trades middle of the day on the SPY and the QQQ and Tesla. So everything is there. You can screenshot. You can see if you are in my community. Go back, look at all the guidance from the morning, and then review with your chart. See what I was saying. Okay. So let's go back. Big trade of the day right at open. Big trade of the day right at open. ENPH. Okay, why was it an A plus, right? Okay, the daily chart was not good, so let's just call it an A, because the director bought $4 million in stock, right? And that's big, because if an insider is buying, it's always bullish. And ENPH was holding the 3450 EMA clouds right at open. My planning pre-market was that there's a bullish bias versus the EMA cloud, right? The bullish bias versus the EMA cloud. The whole plan was laid out in the pre-market. As soon as we opened, we went long on ENPH right at open. I went long, and then we started locking in the push. And then I said, look here, we longed. I got $3-4 right at open. Then I said, watch the pullbacks, and then look at it, held the trend. got the pullbacks and pushed back into that high, rejected that high again, support resistance, that's how it works, rejected, and now came back to 122. Great day trade, very profitable, everybody was profitable in the day. And then after that, I'm swinging it, my risk is under 118, I'm risking $4 or $5 to make at least $10. We'll see how it goes. After FOMC tomorrow, I will do some swing chart analysis. But here you go, guys. ENPH, great trade of the day. So then we had some scalps at open. Oracle, I was scalping a little in the open, right, into the 10 a.m. Was trying to take it off, but when it broke 34.50, I was out. It was basically a scratch trade, because see, I mentioned falling under EMA Clouds, no long there. So when that happens, when this happens, right, so you have to get out, right? I don't care it bounced back from here, but I follow my rules. My trade was green, and I did not want to turn it red. So that's why, I just got out once it broke that level, and I was out. But it was a decent scalp at the open, not a winner, but just a scalp or a scratch. Just wanted to show you when are the things working, when the things are not working. If then they are not working, you cannot take the big loss. You can, if at the open, if you are trying to enter right at open, the trading at open is very different, because you have to have a good entry. Because if you enter late, look at this 10-minute chart, when people like me were exiting or taking a profit and you were entering, and that was wrong, right? That's why you get bad entries. Don't trade at open. You don't have to trade at open. Just wait for some pullbacks, right? Wait for some midday setups. So for example, Tesla. So for example, Tesla. So what happened on Tesla, right? So Tesla right at open was bouncing off this level, and then we were scalping, right? So we were scalping a B minus scalp right at open. What did I say? Resistance 267. So I clearly said resistance is 267. It was a $3 bounce right at open. So you don't trade that. Because if you are not comfortable trading right at open, right? So somebody was trading it, he added at 267 when clearly I was, and we others were selling at 267, and he was buying at 267, right? And that's how you lose. So anyways, so just like Oracle, quick trade at open, then broke EMA Clouds out, and then we waited end of the day what it's doing, right? Because it was never an A setup all day. It was never an A setup here. It was never an A setup here. It was a B minus setup, right? So that was Tesla for us, guys. So after the big win on ENPH, and okay, let's see what else we need to look at. Okay, let's see. So it's all about your levels. It's all about your system, your trend trading system. By the way, like every day, my watch list was ready. You can see my market plays, my news plays. I don't look at anything else. I just focus on my plays, right? So CVS was another play. I did not take it. It was from our watch list, but it was a nice push into 10 a.m. 10 a.m. guys, 10 a.m. When did it reject? 10 a.m. So you have to take profit as 10 a.m., right? So CVS, we had a pre-market discussion on voice. It was because the volume was not enough at the open. It was just like a regular scalp versus the EMA Cloud. It dipped back, because I look at 10 minutes, but you can look at a smaller time frame if you want to and see the high candles to scalp it, right? Smaller sizes, and wider stops. So anyways, so CVS was a decent to, dollar and a half scalp if somebody took it. My commentary is right here. You can watch it. SQ, we were watching all day. I wanted to short it, but it did not give me a good entry, although I could have shorted the pop. So I could have shorted the pop, but it faded back. Once it held over EMA Cloud, I did not really want to short it. I did fade back, but again, it was chopping around this 50. So if I took this trade, I would have been easily chopped around. Do you see this wicks on 10-minute chart? This is what I don't like. Not a clean chart. Wicks, up and down, wicks. So that I really don't like. Okay, so guys, so that was it. So you can see the square was scratch. We had good win on ENPH. Amazon also was good. Here's my commentary on Amazon that you can see here, my targets, everything. Our levels worked to charm. All right, guys. So I'm not going to spend any more time on any other plays because I want to talk about the IPO cart. All right, let's talk about this IPO quickly. So what are my IPO rules? What did I teach you guys on when we traded the IPO on ARM? What was my teaching, right? What did I tell you about the opening candle range, right? So similarly today, it was supposed to open at 30, it opened at 41, very high over the price. I kind of expected this, but I never get biased until price tells me what it wants to do. And the price told me that the range is 41 to 43. So that was the range. Let me show you my commentary on, let's look at here. Okay. So let's look at my commentary here. We can look here. Okay. So card was open. On Twitter, I said 41 key level, 43 sellers. You can clearly see first candle low, first candle high, or the opening candle high and low. That's my range. So even my comments in the community was that I was on voice that if the 41 buyers bail, then it's going to fade. And guess what? Started to fade. It started to fade. I couldn't find any borrows by that time, but short was right here under 41. Similarly, how ARM was long over the opening range breakout. So remember this golden rule, guys. Identify the opening highs and lows on IPO and trade accordingly. And after that, I was looking for a bounce. I did find some borrows on some brokers I use. I use Cobra. You can sign up on Cobra, and then Centerpoint and Interactive Brokers. All of them got some shares, and then what was it was thing was looking for a bounce, and then you can see it gave a bounce, right? So you know how I draw the Fibonacci, right? I check the upper and lower. I just check the upper and lower range. What is the range? And based upon the range, I draw the extensions, right? So then I see based upon this range, how much the range the stock has, right? It's not a foolproof, but it just gives you an idea. And I do use whole numbers further to identify my trades. So anyways, guys, so that was cart, big short, big fade all day. I clearly said there is no long. If you see no long, hopefully I saved some accounts there today, not going long on cart at that level, right? So that was it. You guys should check my Twitter. I do timestamped before and after. I'm gonna put a lot of stuff from last 4 years on my website as well. But do look at those and see what my comments were before and after. You will learn a lot. So anyways, guys, that wraps up our IPO. We wrap up our IPO teaching here. Let's quickly go to our low float of the day, AVGR. Let's go. All right, guys. So AVGR. So I've been watching AVGR since morning. It was on our watch list. We talked about it, and then I was on voice. But the main guy, the man in our community, William, one of our senior traders, he was on AVGR all day, right? So I was watching this 10 breakout. It did not give me 10 breakout. Then I stepped away. You see this breakout I was watching whole day did not give me that. Then it faded. It went sideways. So the thing is, people think, it's coming from 4 and it's at 10. Everybody wants to short it, right? Because they think, it came up too high, too far. Imagine what? People have been trying to short it since yesterday. The shorts are still short from 7, right? They got squeezed out. This morning, they thought maybe it fades and they added more, but it kept squeezing. If the short from 6 is there, the short is from 7 is there, the short from 10 is there, imagine what? The shorts get too trapped, right? I might have to do a separate session, but I have a I'll retweet something on these parabolic movers. You can go through this, but the basic concept is do what an average trader is doing. Average trader is thinking it's too high, and average trader will try to short it, you know. So the average trader will try to short it, right? So when everybody is short, guess what? You know, gets a squeeze. So what happened here, it was end of the day, the shorts are comfortable, they are short, and they think that's it, right? They think, you know, we are going to win. But as soon as it starts to bounce, they start to cover. And then the rest of the shorts have stops. A lot of shorts had stops over 10. And the rest of them have shorts at high of the day. They think, oh, that's fine. You know, it can't go to high of day. If it goes to high of day, maybe that's where I cover. But one thing a lot of the amateur shorts forget, that in after hours, there is no market orders. There's no liquidity. So shorts try to cover from 10. They hit the asks. They go straight to 12, just covering their position. And meanwhile, the buyers jump in too. My buyers are chasing too. And then buyers and short squeezers and everything just goes high. And guess what? Some shorts are still there. Most of them are busted out. And when it starts to fail at 13, shorts think, oh, maybe that's it. Let's hit the short again. And then it doesn't fail here. The buyers are still there. Buyers are not selling. And then the shorts are covering because the shorts just want to get out with whatever they make. So that's why this position holds. So understand the short psychology. Every dip for shorts is a chance to cover. So every dip is a higher high, right? You get my point? So the 13 short, some of them are covering here and some of them are still holding, and the buyers are not selling because look at the trend. The trend is still long. And guess what? When it breaks the highs again, then those shorts cover. Then they blow out. Then everybody blow out. Once every short is blown out, that is when the stock fades. But this is what we need to capitalize on, the short squeezes, right? The small float, supply and demand. There's more demand than supply, right? And artificial demand is created by the shorts. You can put naked shorts or you can put whatever. So that's why these things happen. Never short it. I have lost 7 figures shorting it. People have seen my shorts on Twitter, right? Now I'm always on the right side. Look at my comments, right? 10 breakout right at close, squeeze 13, $3 per share, 15. Then we were discussing squeeze time, right? And look at Williams' commentary all day was there on AVGR. He was stalking this 850 support level. Beautiful repeatable setup. I love this. I hope there are some more short squeezes, small caps, low floats, and we can trade them. So yes, definitely you need to have all these setups in your arsenal. You trade large caps, that's fine, but these are the trades which give a really good risk reward. Your stop is at 9s or under 10s. For $1 risk you may afford $5. That's a good risk reward, but you always size small. You don't go crazy in these because and you don't risk overnight holds because next day, they are down $6, $7, $8. So there is, if somebody tells you, oh, this low float is crazy money, change your life, don't believe them. Always have your risk reward, guys. If I'm teaching you how to trade this low float short squeezes, what is the psychology behind it? I'm also telling you that they can destroy you both long and short. You have to manage your sizes. You have to understand hundreds of such charts. This is the same personality. You go back, read hundreds of such charts and see how each low float traded, and then you will figure out a similar pattern repeating time over again and again and again. So that was it, guys. Big end of the day with AVGR. Huge day today. I mean, the mornings were kind of slow, only 1 or 2 big trades, but another successful day in community. If you want to trade with us, learn my setups, learn my education, come to our room. The link is in the comments, and see you in the room. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.